A reward on the road.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Leaving so soon. No escape.
Yeah!
Dodge this!
Seize the skies!
Freeze! This bullet will be frozen in time. Ah! Ah!
Can't run from death.
A reward on the road.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
I'll keep this close.
Shower me with praise!
So, if it isn't the Traveler in Paimon. I knew you guys would come.
Paimon?
Huh? The frig.
Pay it no heed. I mean only to say I am
This young man is.
with this fine ship and the soft sea breeze.
No, I can't argue.
Only if the mood takes me, of course. Poetry for poetry's sake.
Hey, you don't want to pass this opportunity up too easily.
Oh, wait a minute. What's the clash?
Huh? I thought you might be here to sign up. You're telling me you've never. The Crux Clash is a martial arts tournament that I hold. There'll be a whole bunch of folks taking part. There are two important rules. One, competitors must be renowned fighters. So, you've got nothing to worry about there. Two, you can't take part. You must be feeling confident, but you might want to watch out. And with Liu as savior taking part in the tournament, now that's gonna turn a few heads.
But we didn't come here to take part.
Well, before you dismiss the idea completely, you might be interested to hear. Get this.
It's supplied by myself.
Is there really such thing as a masterless?
When a vision bearer died. As for whether this shell has any
Yep. And the way I see organizing the clash is my. So if you don't have a vision, this is the perfect opportunity to get your hands on one of your very own.
Yeah, we're interested in.
Inazuma?
Well, why didn't you say so? Inazuma? No sw. In that case, if you win the tournament, I'll give you a choice. Masterless vision, or a ticket to Inazuma.
You just want him to take part in your tournament.
What's wrong with that?
What are we gonna do? Looks like we pretty much.
Great. Then let's get you signed up.
It seems like it will
Before we sign up, let's see who the other competitors are. Beto said that they.
Hey, youngster. If so, seems
So you're also here.
you better believe it. I wouldn't be for me. Obtaining a vision is the final. No. It's not about what I want to do. This is about. I know how that's. I've passed every exam I've ever taken. In most people's eyes, I am or a vision.
You have so much self-confidence.
That's not important. I have a contact in the Crux fleet who was happy to. I've also brought along a bit of an entourage for moral support. Of course, I also put in a few. You don't mince your words, do you? Now then, if you don't mind, I need to finish my pre-competition routine. It's not too long now before you'll get to.
Hello? Are you.
You bet I am. Have you put your names down yet? Well, I'd have a look at the entrance criteria. The Clash is a cup. Nobody wants to see that, right?
Yeah, we heard a rule about that.
Me? Only a former runner-up.
Uh-huh. Also, that doesn't sound like the most official tournament out there.
What? You... Nonsense. Have you been living under a rock? It's been going on for years. There were plenty of competitors when I took part. Not to mention, I've helped the Millilith catch treasure hoarders before. There were 2 of them trying to escape. I soon sorted. They tried to sneak past me under the cover of darkness. They didn't know what hit them. I planted a left hook on the skinnier one's face and sent him flying. Then, the big guy pulled out I stood my ground, of course. A roundhouse kick sent the blade hurtling into a beam. I told you. Unarmed, outnumbered 2 to 1, but I still got the upper hand. I'm not saying I came out completely unscathed, of course, but the fact remains.
Uh-huh. But for us, if... All right, we're gonna keep looking around.
I'll see you in the arena, but I don't plan on losing to a pair of
Hi there. Are you here?
That's right. Nothing beats real-life combat for honing your skills. But this tournament is more than just a chance to put training into practice. It's also a chance for us to
Exactly. With a vision.
This master of yours must be pretty incredible, huh? Are they some...
famous. He's the founder of the Lingshan clan, and his skills are... You probably wouldn't have heard of it. It was founded quite recently. He's got to be a grand to the Lingshan clan. He teaches a special technique known as force dispersal.
Force dispersal?
It's a type of breathing exercise where you can train yourself to harness the energy around. For example, our master...
One time, he sent a challenger flying into the air without lifting a
It sure is, but it's extremely difficult.
We're clearly not that naturally gifted, or we would have at least gotten the gist by...
There's a tuition fee?
Of course! This is a grand...
But here we are. Recently, though,
So, if we can get our hands on a vision too...
Well, we have to try something new. Otherwise, we're stuck.
Exactly. It can't hurt to try. And if it turns out it does work, the Lingshan clan will go down in history. Folks will come from far and wide. Heck, we could even become the
See you in the arena.
So, to recap, we're up against an inflated ego, some gullible guys paying way too much for their
Chinxa Village Arm. Next, please. What's your name? Wait, did I hear that?
Is it really them?
Huh? Aren't they a vision? I have to ask. Oh, it's really him!
The one that spoke with Lady Kuching at the Rite of Par?
Oh, I wonder if I can get his autograph later. I trust you were aware that, oh, really? But from what I've heard, the things you're...
Yep, he still doesn't have a vision, though. See for yourself.
My apologies. I didn't mean to be rude. I'm sure it's just a formality for you, of course, but so far I've got defeated the ancient god Osail.
Yeah, and also a dragon, too!
Whoa!
Might as well declare him the champion already.
I wonder if it's too late to withdraw.
Okay, that's plenty. Actually, this... Right, your registration is complete. A great hero such as yourself can surely only be here for one thing.
Oh, we're not here for that. We're here because Captain Beto promised to take us to...
There's another prize, too?
Beto must have upped the stakes this...
But why would anyone want to go
I see. So, I take it you discussed... Well, nobody expected you... Anyway, the qualifying rounds are about to begin. I'll leave you...
Hey, so... even though you don't have... So Paimon thinks you... In any case, looking at the competition... All right, it's shoot...
You seem like you're raring to go. Are you ready to compete? Good. Then please follow...
Our next competitor is seen by many as the favorite to win this tournament. His first bout begins now!
You? You're the hero they're talking about? Ugh, how am I supposed to win now?
What a strange guy. Why was he so confident to begin with? Well, now that we've won, let's go and see Beto. She'll probably have something to say to us. Seems like you've got a pretty good chance of winning this thing. Come on, let's go sign up.
I knew. So, what do you think, Kazuha?
Impressive.
Well, I've fought my fair share of battles, both big and small. And I say, so come on. We all know you've got a
All right. Let me think how to aptly phrase these words of praise. You fought well.
All right then. You know, a lot of... And since you signed up, we've had many others do... For one thing, we don't want you wasting all... So, I'm putting you...
Huh? But we only...
This is how Captain Beto works. You won't besides. At your...
To be fair...
All right, I'm gonna watch some more of the tournament. We're finally here, folks. The real show...
Your opponent has fought You may well be stronger than him, but this very well.
All right, that's enough chit-chat.
Your opponent in this... I do not doubt your ability.
Relax. My guy's at the top of his...
Okay,
At last, the moment we've all been waiting for. The semifinals have begun. Who's it gonna be this time? The hero or the dark horse?
I don't care about the prize. You're a strong opponent. That's what I'm here for.
So fury.
What?
Yeah. So fury.
Congratulations. I was beaten by the best.
Right! If you had a vision, you'd definitely be...
I wanted a vision once, but mine, I lost interest eventually. I fought and won it.
Huh? You mean you didn't...
No, I didn't. I only wanted to pit myself against only in defeat can you understand your weak.
Wow!
If you have the chance in the future, please come and spar with me again. I will be stronger next time.
By the way, do you know...
Whether they'll be as tough as me, I don't know. But what I have, so don't get too cocky.
There he goes. Maybe we should ask around, see what we can find out about our opponent.
Ah, it's you! I myself was eliminated in the 3rd round.
Maybe next time, huh?
Why, yes. He's the same one who defeated me. He is a I faltered for given my stature, I'm sure he'll be no match for you.
Hey there!
He tried to use force. His opponent was pretty freak. Why don't you dodge, they ask. Don't even get me started. I spent all my energy helping him. I don't dare tell my master about this. Otherwise, I'd never hear the... Sorry, I shouldn't be complaining.
Oh, alright then.
Thanks, I'll do...
We still haven't got any useful information.
You gave an outstanding I could sense that you're not... But you were quick to adapt. And managed to... In fact, I discerned this not from what I saw, but...
He's right. But in my case, I was purely relying on I guess not using your elemental powers must be quite new for...
We wanted to ask about who our opponent will be in the final round.
Not exactly. As for the guy you'll be facing, his skin... What's the matter? Worried that you've bitten off more than you can chew this time?
If that is the case, then I have a I haven't properly introduced myself yet. In the land...
Yeah, we could tell that from your getup.
It is true that I am versed both in literary and martial traditions. I do not mean to flaunt my martial prowess, but I myself have given your talents. A few hints from me will be all that's necessary to bring your opponent down.
Hang on. Don't you think you're bending the rules a bit?
Gathering intelligence isn't... Besides, our favorite here has fought...
You betcha! Wait a second. We never...
Does one not leave a trace? However, there is only so much that can be discerned from these traces. I sense that many things about you elude me still. These are the things I am curious to know about. Come with me.
Maybe we can go talk to Beto. Surely she's gotta know something.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Scatter!
Now that we're alone, you are skilled in manipulating the
I'm on...
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you share these Since a young age, I have been attuned to it is things of this nature.
As crazy as all that...
My humble abilities are to think a human could wield the element, and not to mention your incredibly complex scent.
Hey, stop evaluating us based on our smell!
Could you perchance enlighten me as to how you managed to obtain your So then, might I be so bold as to inquire how exactly it is that you learn to channel a...
Aw, it's nothing really. It's been a long journey, and many things have happened along the way. Honestly, even Paimon doesn't understand how it all works.
Perhaps such unfathomable things are the essence of the gods. However, I still wish to have the honor of seeing how you wield the element. Of course, I too shall share with you all that I've learned. That will make it a fair exchange. Now then, let's test your skill.
Dodge this! Disappear!
Seize the skies! Let my name echo in song!
Windblade! With the wind!
Your skills in battle are truly beyond... Your opponent is skilled at controlling his breathing and maintaining balance. He relies entirely on the element of surprise to do... In other words, as long as you please, save your thanks. If the world is a...
You seem...
I desire to know... And what My apology for allowing me the honor of witnessing... So that's what you're curious about? As you well know, a vision hunt... Visions are a gift bestowed in the outset. Not to mention, with no new
She sounds less like an Archon.
As far as I know, she is an Archon that pursues... Liyue's contracts are meant to benefit all who reside within Liyue. But what does Inazuma's pursuit of eternity... It goes without saying that the people locked within Inazuma...
Sounds a lot like some...
Oh? Have you encountered the Electro Archon before? With time, we will check. If you wish to find her, she will forever be there. There will come a day when I too shall wish to understand the answers to eternity from... the time for your...
Oh, right!
If you have no other matters to attend to, then we can reach... Very well.
Why? Never mind. We can start by making your... Everyone, listen up! We've reached the climax of the We've seen many Now, I'd like to introduce... He strikes fear into the...
Wow!
I'm sure everyone... But today's final... As for our other combatant... come on, what could be taking him so... Apologies! Everyone just sit tight! We've got no other choice. If he doesn't...
Wait a moment. Captain Beidou, perhaps we should check on the prize. Traveler.
Let me see. It's gone all right.
Huh? Did somebody steal?
We don't know when it was taken.
No need to worry. Even the... The vision was the
Well, if you insist, I'll stay here and...
If you would, please come with me. Come with me. I can...
Huh? A wind current?
The winds have come at an opportune moment. Let's seize this chance. Ride the winds upward. From there, we can continue our search for clues. heard it the moment it was stolen.
Well, then why didn't...
The winds are guiding us forward. The culprit is on the opposite shore now.
You can hear that too? What does it sound like?
Hubris. This way. Follow me. There may be an ambush waiting for us up ahead, but I trust that you are well prepared for such a scenario.
Hoarders, they're here! Get them!
Treasure hoarders, just as I expected. In which case, please stand back.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Disappear!
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Skyward!
Ah, what trinkets have we here? Present them for one's perusal.
Yeah! Scatter!
You caught up with me? How is that possible? I had even prepared a boat to ensure a quick getaway, and still you caught up to me!
No boat could ever match the speed of the wind.
The wind? What are you talking about? If I only had a vision. Or if I could act.
This has nothing to do with... Additionally, you're chosen... In other words...
You...
But most disappointing of all, it appears that the vision does...
Fine! Fine! I've had my eyes on this vision for...
Aha! So you were supposed to be...
I'd intended to win the contest through skill alone all along. After watching the semifinals, I knew that I didn't stand a chance. But since there was no use in trying to face you in the match, I decided to put... I was convinced I prepared thoroughly for my escape. But after all I went through to get it, I think not. I know an empty threat when I hit fine. But you...
You know, according to... Huh? Not to mention that it seems that it would be only fit.
Whoa, whoa! We don't need to go there.
I never would have... If this is where talking gets me, then forget it!
What?
Make way for the...
Wind blade! Here's something special!
No! No! Do what you want, but please...
He has persevered to the bitter end. Put down the vision and leave.
Huh?
What's wrong? It's up to you.
No, no. No need for that.
Huh?
I take no pleasure when people are forced into a corner. That is when their greatest But unfortunately... Yes. I wanted to know whether it were possible for an extinguished vision to be reawakened. From the moment he stole... I've tried many, though few tales tell of a masterless vision. After seeing you command multiple elements, I figured that nothing is impossible. Come, why don't you give it a try? I see. No matter. This was expected.
Yeah, what's...
The story begins with a... He was once a good friend of mine. One day he asked me about a sword art of which he had heard, the Musono Hitotachi. I told him it can only be witnessed when divine punishment is administered. It is the pinnacle of the Raiden Shogun's skill, a symbol of ultimate power. But he replied, there must be one who can withstand it. there will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow. Then, the Vision Hunt decree arrived. People's aspirations were stripped away as the Raiden Shogun began to construct her ideal of eternity. While I was fleeing from place to place, I heard that my friend had challenged the Vision Hunters to a duel before the throne. A solemn yet brutal challenge. The defeated face divine punishment, while the victors gain a second chance. Perhaps he thought he of all people should make a stand. Coming face to face with the Musono Hitotachi was all that he truly desired, after all. When I arrived at Tenshukaku, the duel was over. I heard his sentence of divine punishment, his severed blade hitting the ground. Perhaps that was the glory he had yearned to witness. In his last moments, what expression was on his face? Before I knew it, I had stepped forward and snatched the dying vision and was running from the scene. All I knew was that I mustn't let his hope, which burned so brightly, become buried among the ice-cold statue of a god. Perhaps one day, I may come to find that all I have done, but as a wandering samurai, I find meaning in
Kazuha!
It's just another way of saying I do as I please. All right then. It's time we returned. Allow me to gather the wind for us one...
Huh?
If you're looking for the cap, it seems that the Crux clash got out of Captain Beto was... But still, Captain Beto...
The one who stole the vision was a... He knew he stood no chance of... In which case, the Crux...
Huh? So, if that's the case, then the rules stipulate...
Paimon thought we'd win and all, but not like this.
It doesn't matter, as the saying goes.
Yes, I believe so. But the voyage to Inazuma is a treacherous one. In fact, the relentless rain and wind are also...
Hold on a second. You're saying she can change the...
Let us not forget that this is one of the... Suffice it to say that if you wish to journey to Inazuma, the Alcor will need... In the meantime, I intend...
Paimon believes you'll find a way for sure.
Thank you. May both our... One final word of warning. The part of your journey that...
Ad Astra Abyssosk. What can I do for you? Ah, yes. Now that I think about it, it's been quite some time.
There you are. You're the traveler that Beto will be taking to Inazuma, right? Oh, is that right? The fleet is nearly completed reprovisioning. Captain Beto sent me to...
Seems Beto is the captain.
Of course! There are many things that the captain insists upon. I'm sure you'll...
So you'll be heading off then? Weather the journey before you... Until we meet again. Ad Astra...
Oh.
Well, if that's how you feel...
So there's another...
Well, I guess it's time for...
Okay, thanks for coming.
Just following orders. I'll see you two aboard the Alcor.
Skyward! Scatter! you finally made it. All these years, come rain or storm, the crux... Well, we set sail for the land engulfed.
Anchors away!
Ahoy there. So, you finally made it. And it appears we have a couple of stowaways. Or...
You can blame your almighty shogun. The tempests around Inazuma have been... Oh, the fleet was fully up. Now then, let me introduce everyone. This is...
You don't know how long I've been waiting to see...
Toma, these two are...
Oh, no need for introductions. Their reputation precedes them. Seems...
Oh, it's sure nice.
With any luck, it'll give you a head start here. Toma's resided on Rito for... If you run into any problems here, just talk to Toma. But if he tries to pull any moves on...
No need to worry. I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
Good. Then if it's all settled, I'll be going. I would...
All right.
Until next time, traveler. Remember...
Fair seas, Captain Beto.
Now then, first things first. We need to go get you registered at the border checkpoint. Don't underestimate the reaches of the Sakoku Decree. You wouldn't be able to avoid inspection even if you tried. So we have to play by the rules, even if we're kind of bending them.
Stay close, and you will... Hello? Please state your name, identity, and the purpose of your visit. You must be... new here. Excuse me? Please provide the... Currently, only members of the International Trade Association are authorized to engage in the import and export... My apologies, but I'll have to ask you to...
Here are their entry papers.
What? Take your time. No rush.
I just wanted to see what you'd...
I see. Okay.
So...
The Outlander Affairs, they only check entry...
Sheesh.
Well, let's not, as the words suggest, not even on Rito, where they've established an outsider's... I like how you think. Now, let's head over to... Most of the current rules were put in place by the administration of Rito, the Kanjo Commission.
The Kanjo Commission?
Yes, one branch of the Tri-Commission of Inazuma, responsible for growing and managing the nation's wealth. You really haven't heard of it before?
You.
Yes, please.
Okay, the processing fee.
2 million.
That's right. 1 mil.
Paimon wasn't so much questioning.
Ma'am, these two here are good friends of mine.
Ah, Mr. Toma, it's you. By way of courtesy, I'll...
Thank you ever so but as this...
That's not how you...
All right then, as you wish, Mr. Toma.
What? She went from 2 million down to 600? There's something seriously wrong.
It's not the way some hear it. So when the day comes that some poor merchant from...
Then they'll milk them for all their...
Exactly. It's at times like this that having a look... Yes, but when you're an outlander in Inazuma, far from home in this close nation era, they're the most that oversees... That's how the International Trade Association...
So it's a trade association?
Yep. And as well as advancing commerce. Essentially, it's an association devoted to both commercial...
Sounds like...
I see. So this is the real purpose. After all, the Raiden Shogun is the most I was going to say nothing is...
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Really? Wow, the Rito Fixer is better connected than we thought.
I mean, it will take all the resources I have. Connections come at a high price. You understand?
Not you too.
No. In this instance, when I say... In fact, there's no... I like to do things in a way that keeps everybody happy. It's my own personal rule.
Sounds very reasonable to Paimon. You're...
Here's the situation. As I touched upon earlier, recently things seem to have gotten more difficult. The head of the association...
Huh? Hello there. You must be seeking good. That's a relief.
We heard the association...
Yes. Left, right, and center.
The Sakoku decree certainly makes things difficult for anyone who...
But it's not the root cause of our woes. No. What's really those Mora grubbers from the conj...
Oh, of the 3...
That's right. They impose astronomical tax rate. They just issued a new tax decree
Crystal Marrow.
Something that most of us in the association had never heard of. Eventually, one of the older Liyue merchants recalled that in order to pay our tax, but then we found we'd only managed to create a bigger problem for ourselves. Now there's only one vendor who even... Exactly. So this vendor keeps... It's a vicious cycle. The consequence of what... We've tried, but this is a nation... Fontaine.
Sounds awful. What do you think we should do? But Carice is the head of the...
Right. And
Okay. Well, we could try
that... I've actually done business with him in the past.
Well, it definitely sounds like he's being unfair. How do we find him? We could go talk to him and see if he lets anything slip.
Hey, that's a pretty good idea. Since you're not affiliated with the association and you're new to Rito, he may just let his guard down. If I...
Got it! We're on the...
don't think I recognize you. So, what do you need with me? The sheer nerve. You don't go around asking questions like trade secret. Got it? You know what?
This guy's got a bad attitude.
Ha! Are you even buying? Oh, I see what's going. They're wasting their time.
Hey, what's your problem?
Get out of here. Go on. Tell them that.
What are we gonna do? There's no talking to this. Good idea.
That was cool.
Actually, we're having a little trouble.
No? Well, by all means, tell me what you need. Getting you to go fixing things when you've... Oh, that guy? He used to be a bit of a sorry sight. I can only assume he must have found himself a patron after...
Huh. You're saying he used to...
Yes. Couldn't you tell when you spoke to him? That's right. Werner was born in Mondstadt. Then, when Inazuma closed to the outside world, he was one of a group of outlanders that ended up... The International Trade Association was initially very generous.
So he left the association?
I'm sure it's more nuanced than that.
Really?
Well then, it sounds like you may have...
What are you doing back here? Just because I got plenty of time on my hands doesn't mean I want to waste any of it talking to you. Huh? Where's this coming from? Mondstadt? Goodness, I can sense it now. The scent of Mondstadt. Oh, how it takes... Oh, my hometown. So, what is this?
Just close your eyes already.
You mean the sound of the ocean? Leah Harbor. I can see it. Xiao lanterns.
This guy has a really active imagination.
Wait. Stop. That's enough. Don't make me relive it. You mean, often I'll sneak down. I run into folks from the... Don't you think I've wanted to talk things through with them?
Well...
So, I caved. Those people... Alright. I'll tell you the whole...
You ready to talk now?
But I betrayed them.
Come on, you scaredy cat. Look, so come on, get...
It's a scheme by the tax collection op. They start by overtaxing the merchants. Then, once the merchants run out of...
It's
I'm their puppet, yes. Evidence. Now that I think about it, as it happens, I handed some...
Really? Well, then they're...
Keijiro! It's him!
After him! Too close! That's too close!
Come out, I can see you. Who are you? Why are you following me?
Uh-oh. Seems like he's noticed us.
Who should I choose? Sorry. Should I close early? It's not like I'll get any customers.
Keijiro!
After him!
Love or freedom? Which one should I choose? Sorry.
That's too close! He'll notice us for sure!
Now, who else is behind on payments? Let me think. Yes, the Trade Association clique still needs to be brought into line. What was that sound?
Quiet! Don't let him find us! Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure! He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little! Huh? Where'd he go? He was right there a moment ago. Seems he disappeared in a blink of an eye. If only we made less noise.
Keijiro!
After him!
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
Oh, but of course, tax collection is difficult work.
Now, who...
Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure!
What was that sound?
Quiet! Don't let him find us! Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure!
What could he be doing at a
It looked like he... Whoa, it's... boring! Paimon thought he'd hidden a big pile of Mora here.
Let me take a look here. Aha! Yes! This is what we're...
Great! Well... Huh? You aren't gonna...
I need a little more time before I'm ready to face the head of the
Huh. Poor Werner's a pretty awkward...
But we really don't have anything left. If this keeps up, our sales will come in at a loss. There'll be nothing.
You know the decree. The rules are the rules. No discounts, no exceptions, and no... And who are you?
It just so happens that we found your little ledger, so...
Huh? Is this true?
You've been swindling us!
Well, you see, the...
Let me take a look at the ledger. Well, would you look at... So, Mr. Keijiro, it seems you have some explaining to do.
So you think you can use this against me, do you? It's...
Word has it that Samurai and the Commission...
Huh? Is that a...
No, not at all.
Well, even if what you say is true, what do you say?
I believe you still have a quantity of crystal marrow in your... Perhaps that crystal marrow...
Is that it?
Oh, do you have any idea the hoops I had to jump through to get the crystal...
And not even an...
So that's it? My shop's been closed for weeks now.
Come on, Harrison.
I'm sick of being pushed around like this.
Harrison.
Hey, what's all this racket? Does someone dare question the decree?
Ah, Chief, you've arrived.
What was all the commotion I heard?
Oh, we were just
a helping hand. The only thing you're doing is
Oh, and you dare to utter the— Seize the merchants! We will resolve this
Uh-oh.
Gentlemen, come now. Is there any need for this?
Who are you supposed to be? And why in—
You never heard of the Fixer?
Here's my card.
Huh. You're from the Yashiro Commission.
Shh.
Huh. Well, this is Kanjo Commission territory.
Of course not. Still, perhaps you could show the young lady of our— You wouldn't want your name showing up in a petition.
That fan. I don't need any trouble with her.
But, Chief!
Enough!
Let's get dinner one day soon, gentlemen. My treat, I insist. No response, huh?
Thank you so much, Toma. But,
Hey, I was joking. It's a small— if nothing else, I'm sure the tax— Shh, not here. Too many people— Corruption seems rife and— All right, time for me to answer your questions. Straight to the point. I belong to the Kamisato clan of—
You've been keeping your— So, the Yashiro—
Correct. The Kamisato clan is the head of the Yashiro Commission. I'm just someone who was fortunate enough—
Seems like she must be super
Oh, most definitely. Her fame even somewhat eclipses— I suppose those who treat others with compassion earn themselves the same treat— You're asking the right question. Firstly, you should know that being a fixer is not something you can fake.
Still pretty good going.
Well, Inazuma may have closed off to the outside world, but that hasn't stopped a lot of people from hearing about— So, when Miss Kamisato heard of your intention to come— That is, that you have what it takes to change the tide of the times.
Change the tide?
In the test I gave, navigating powerful people— With your help, even the Vision Hunt decree— That's an unexpected development. Perhaps— Yes, of course. I completely understand and—
Toma—
Well, my work on Rito is done. Oh, one more thing. Good luck with every—
Toma's not such a bad guy, huh? Huh? What's up? Oh, right, wait. So, did Toma forget that too? Oh, darn it! As soon as we get off Ritu, Paimon's going straight to Kamor— Well...
Stop there!
Sorry, but we really gotta get to Narukami—
If you don't have a travel permit, then...
Traveler, you gotta think of something. How do we get out of— Are you saying we should go— Guess it can't hurt to try. Who knows? Maybe
Halt! This is—
We're here to see—
The Kanjo Commissioner seldom entertains Outlanders. Leave now or we'll be forced—
Ah, wait.
Oh, Commissioner!
These two are honored guests from afar. No need— Come on in. Let's see what—
Did you get—
My sin—
I am Hiragi Shinsuke, Kanjo—
Nice to meet you. So, the reason we—
All right, all in good time.
So what you're saying—
Absolutely. How many other people in the—
Exactly!
And I—
Whoa, you're— Something wrong?
No. Rito is greatly— One other thing I heard about—
Oh, sure, no problem. Whatever you need, right?
Excellent. You must know the GENSHIN. A flower.
Yep, we've picked a few.
Yes, bring me 300 GENSHIN wood.
Did Paimon hear that wrong?
Too much trouble. Then how about this? We have a
That sounds much.
709 letter.
Hey, what gives? How come you don't...
Terribly sorry. We're just a little short on people lately.
What sort of an explanation is that? Traveler, what are we going to do? Should we really help this guy?
That's the spirit.
Halt, you two! Miss Hiragi has a letter for you. She insisted.
A letter? Quick, let Paimon see! So this means she wants you to secretly meet her at night? But you didn't seem surprised at all by this. What's going on, huh?
You finally arrived. This is technically the second time we have met.
Wow. She's the daughter of the Hiragi?
No need to be so formal.
Is it Paimon or
The reason why I wanted to secretly meet you here is... well,
Discuss what?
I should like to ask for your help with delivering a letter.
Like father, like daughter. Couldn't you be...
No, you misunderstand me. I was hoping that you could deliver a letter to Narukami Island in my stead. My father has always forbidden me from communicating with him. He knows there is no one who would dare defy my father's will on Rito, but you are Outlander. Of course, in doing so, I will also do everything in my power to help you leave Rito. That is to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, we figured as much. It was pretty...
I secretly overheard a conversation between my father. They seem to be discussing how to keep... We don't have much time. Very well. I'll be waiting. Hold on, please. These goods are being sent to...
My lady, this isn't
Is there something wrong?
No, as you...
My lady, you aren't suggesting that you intend to escort the shipment personally, are you?
Please, do not cause us any...
Yes, of course, my lady.
Now, need I remind you, do you really presume that you can fully...
Boy, Chisato...
yes, my lady.
Shinojo, you can't...
Well, the request is from...
Yes, but that's not the...
Well then, if we're through...
Yes, my lady.
My lady, please stay back. We'll handle it.
Not as well as we'll handle it! You're seriously considering taking this job? Your terms are ridiculous!
I got carried. I got...
Illusion shattered!
The wrong test subject.
Wind blade! It's my lucky day! Here.
Hunter,
to the very...
Monster sighted. Prepare to counterattack. Protect Lady Hiraki at all costs.
We'll take care of this. Stay with Chisato.
The wrong test subject.
Shine down!
Watch out! More monsters inbound. Lady Hiraki, stay close. Win!
There is no escape!
Let the world collide!
What shall not back down? Seize the skies!
Cut down. Like this.
We can take refuge in the village up ahead. How are you faring, my lady?
I'm perfectly all right. You may stop here. In my letter, I've requested Kamachi to grant you a special travel...
My lady?
So that's how it is.
No, Lady Hiragi would never hide anything from us.
I'm not afraid to say that...
The one you...
Shinojo, did you honest...
What? No, I was just clarifying, that's all.
You two needn't worry. Please, forget that this ever happened. If my father catches word of it, I elope.
Yes, of course.
But what will happen if you're...
Don't fret. My father has always been one to spoil me. The worst he'd do is sentence me to half a day without food.
Huh. Paimon never suspected...
I wish you a safe journey.
Bye, Chisato!
Come now. Quit your staring and let's get moving. We've got goods to shift.
Oh.
Ad Astra Abyss.
Thank you for completing.
According to the
Sorry, we don't serve the general public.
Wait! We're at the...
Well then, you must be a couple of wandering out...
Are our clothes really so... oh...
The Yashiro Commission's seal. This must... In which case, welcome to the Komore Tea House.
Well, that sounds more like it. Well, now that... Paimon doesn't see him anywhere.
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think...
What? Is that...
Relax, no need to look so... Huh. So you didn't see anything like...
Now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of the...
Alright, I've had my fun.
Hey! You're this close to getting an ugly nickname!
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been waiting here for you for so long. So I came up with this but in all seriousness, it helped us determine whether...
Don't think that, Paimon's...
Sorry, did I overdo it? My apologies. Let me just say that, naturally, this is due to your unwavering... A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same. So you've heard of his... His light still burns all the more brightly. Yes, of course. I will bring you to the Kamisato residence where... But before that, there is one other place I was hoping...
Oh?
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god. It's still under control.
This area sure feels gloomy. Huh? Are Paimon's eyes...
Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the vision hunt?
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt Decree. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt is the city of freedom, and Liyue, as for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity. The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful ruler, and the eternity in question is her endless and unchanging will to... As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the Shogun wishes to keep Ina...
Seems like every god has their own will.
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. Perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people... Whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the and this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen...
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say that the Raiden...
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever... And yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt...
Huh? Hey, are you okay? You look like...
Sound? What sound? I didn't...
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then... And then what?
Aspirations? Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, that is where visions come from. So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are strong. Alright, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live.
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guest.
Is this the Shirasage Himegimi you keep Oh,
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission.
Makes sense. She's a super—
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation, at present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree. The people— Though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom we share close bonds. Given a commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, we cannot, traveler. Lend us your power, and oh.
See, milady, it's just like I said. This will take us nowhere.
No, please, wait! I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on—
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps—
A warrior who guards a village?
Correct. Please do all you can to help them. I will await your return here.
I'm sure...
Why are you doing this? Why leave?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about.
If you want my opinion, it's clear that Teijin... I can't claim to fully understand it. Truth be told, we are...
Seems like he's a well-respected...
Ah, you must also be here to try and convince Teijima. Teijima has protected this place ever since, keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near. But now, all of a sudden, he says he plans to leave us. We will gladly apologize if that's the case. What could be the matter?
You must be Teijima. So what—
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave. True. But that's not... And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why? I don't have answers to those questions, because in the past, I knew I wanted to stay.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we... But if you... Oh! Maybe if you just try a little...
Oh, that reminds me.
I keep a diary?
Oh, yes! Yes, you do! And what's more,
Perfect! So if we want to keep Teijima from leaving...
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find...
This looks like Teijima's died. Let's see what... Today, the villager today, I helped I went kite flying today. Seems like your average diary of daily village life. Huh? I went to pray at the shrine again today, and stayed there a while. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. Time to pay a visit to the shrine. So this is the... interesting. But anyway, if he had this with him... Here we are! The soil must be something pretty amazing if it makes... It looks like... Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again? Huh. So the reason... But he's been here for 30 years! Well, let's go give Tejima...
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. But I have no memory of anything that's written in this diary. Still, it's clear that I was waiting for someone here. Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could share with her when we were finally reunited. And just look at all the things. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Love, regret, everything. No, not as. After all, I've forgotten who she was. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if. I think. Maybe not. Although, what if she were to turn up eventually? Only to find I didn't remember. When I think about it like that, how curious. Why am I thinking like this? I shall remain here.
Tejima seems to be dealing... Seems it's just like that certainly... At least we were... What? According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a... Whew! We're finally on our own way again! I suppose it's time we find Toma. Now, where did he say he would meet us again? They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law. But why would they take action against... Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency
The entire clan is counting on that. How many times do I have to say it? I don't know.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Oh, huh? And who are you?
What? We heard the commotion and came to...
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps this is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think it's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to... Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa.
I've never even heard of it. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. My own family can barely get by as it is. No, that's the first bit of truth I've heard.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the vision hunt.
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember that. All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. And it's not just that. I have this...
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provision?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, to top it all off, my house, if you don't believe me, go find...
But we better confirm. Let's go round up the... We should be able to follow the...
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the jackpot. I mean, besides...
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more where this came from. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you...
You demand, boss!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after.
Illusion shattered! There is no escape! Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down!
Wind blade!
Illusion shattered!
There goes all the more. Come on, boss.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck. I knew he shouldn't have hit that.
So what did you see inside? Was it...
Food supplies. You kidding? That place was a complete mess. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was... But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box...
You've got a deal! Now show us what's in the...
Huh?
What the...
There's nothing in here but I...
Yeah. And they all seem to be made out to the... We better talk to this miss. As for you...
So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs.
Shut it. Let's...
Welcome to... Or perhaps... There's some... so...
Whoa! Let's not get... How did Kurosawa end up owing you so...
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to... However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently.
So that's how you would... But why did he have to purchase a...
Well, if you think about it, the Sid Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all, and no one ever appreciated what he did.
People's attitudes will always reflect their if you ask me, of course, I'm sure there... As for why he chose to... If you're still curious, why don't you go ask him... I see. That reminds me, most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to...
Sword?
Oh, didn't he I've asked him about... In hindsight, why don't you ask him about this? Oh, but before you go... Information is also a... Don't worry, I won't charge much for...
At least we now know where... Let's go talk to Kurt...
I presented them with a choice. Either they... It turned out to be a real time save. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoard?
That just about sums it up.
Strange. I don't really have any such recollection. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put... But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two... This sword was once... I remember once when I was young. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot. All I can remember now is my father telling... And said to me...
Hey, if you look carefully, can you recognize the words?
Virtue and... Somehow those two words seem taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. But what use of virtue and justice? The Tenryo Commission sees my vision, and the irony of all of it is, I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like lose. Fortunately for us, let's go find the next poor soul. The third person who had their vision taken, Hyman heard that this is his dojo. Luckily,
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he...
Maybe, but... Things have gotten dangerous.
It's just because he's been possessed.
Hey there! Did some...
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to
No! You got it so wrong. We just came here to...
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo, but then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got possessed or something?
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't look... Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Sensei's name is Domon. Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He once said that his goal... And so, even while training us... But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He hasn't been... He says the strangest things over and over. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he... But if I'm honest,
The Grand Narukami...
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed... Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden of... So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei... The exorcism will take place this evening.
So, losing your vision can cause...
decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any earlier. Just now, when she asked him who the people were, it looked like he was in great distress. All the while he kept calling those names. One of them was Anzai. Since they wouldn't stop calling his name, the ritual has now begun. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up...
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh, we won't let them get away with it. Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up.
How? Are you sure? Unless... I guess it's been a few...
Excuse me? And what are you doing sneaking around these parts? You seem like...
Bad news? I'll have you know, I don't care to talk about that time.
His senior?
Anzai? Yes, that's me. Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associate. When we were young, we trained under the same swordman. I had begun training 5 years before him. Practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art. See, but Domon was different. Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword. I thought so too at the time. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who... He was consumed by his singular design.
Sure sounds like he meant business.
Because until he arrived, of all the disciples, I was... Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, later, I heard that he... After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his... I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment... So you see, I came here not to cause it... Okay, you've heard my story. You...
Seems like we could still...
Does that mean he's just lost his mind?
Nanako, please.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no... But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed and all is certainly not lost.
Lady Yai? Is that...
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful,
Correct. Lady Yai is most... I am unable to say for certain whether an evil...
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but...
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your... I must leave now, but we will meet...
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken note...
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned?
No, that's not what I meant at all. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head Anyway... You should join, given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our...
Sure! After all, who knows? Maybe we'll be...
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Yeah! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward!
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Hit! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward!
Do you think that's Lady Yai? Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at us just... It was probably nothing. It's not like she's...
Keep away. Keep away from me. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go.
As you can see, Lady Yai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered all around him to persecute him.
Lady Yai, it must be a possession, right? This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always face it with a confident smile.
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
But... then does that mean he...
Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally descended into madness. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such a dramatic change? How does that explain his descent into madness?
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself had taught. Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both? Can one truly remain unagitated, of still mind in moments such as the...
Lady, I'm not sure I understand.
The path of the sword masters filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position of greatest sword master in the world. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others, even those of one's closest companions. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he battled his growing anxiety, he slowly descended into the state you see him in now. Much like a certain fatally flawed friend of mine.
Poor Sensei. To think he's been suffering so greatly.
I'm sorry, Father. Sensei.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Onsai? Where did he come from? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Onsai, why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer, since you've been stripped. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow.
But what if one day the same thing happened? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. If there's a chance they'll end up like me.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I can't know whether I will suffer. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone.
Nanako's far from the only one.
Goodness.
You see? You can being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me. So I can't. So, just as you are not in the same position that I was.
I understand. I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Miyakyo Shisui art. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffer, but as your sensei, I shall commit to him. This is my promise. And I humbly ask Onsai, my senior.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure you hadn't. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. Well, don't just stand there staring at me. Say
So even though his ambition was taken...
Traveler, a moment, please.
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Lady Ai seems to have taken a real interest. She seems super mysterious.
Traveler, Paimon. It is a pleasure to finally— I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Yeah. Short of getting them their vision, Ayaka, how come this time?
Because now that you have done the 3 things I asked of you—
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second. But isn't Toma your, servant?
Oh. Paimon—
Oh. Okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty
Think back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings on what you have seen? Perhaps in the thunder's roar. But I believe that surely you understand what they must endure. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of it. You will? Really? Naturally.
All right, bravo, my lady. You were—
See? I told you he wouldn't reject them. I'd place my— Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more—
Well, here we are.
Please continue without me. I'll keep watch.
So, what's the deal with this?
This is land that was gifted to the— Such privileges exist due to the Astro Commission's role in—
Oh, Paimon gets it. Got it.
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here.
Makes sense. Perfect place for a seat.
In any case, we can talk freely here. The issue is this. After all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive vision. Because of this, the attitude of most people
How can they be like that?
Nevertheless, in addition to us—
Resistance? You mean like an army fighting against?
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sangono. To say a little more about Sangonomiya. Historically, there has always been— But I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind— The almighty Shogun. I've seen her on but only a few— She inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of— It was her almost complete lack— Of course! They invariably adopt— It almost makes one wonder—
Ooh, Paimon has a—
Oh?
Have you got a plan yet to fight them?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the vision—
So...
Well, for the moment, all we can do is— For example—
You're telling Paimon that there are—
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. The problem we are facing right now—
Darn! So they found out about it?
Yes. We knew it was not a long— Exactly. I feel the same way. But given— By no means do we— When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka.